Everything I say on this video is absolutely false. It's about a fictional character chronicling his life, feeling like his life is cursed. Therefore, his name is Damn Fool. So let's start. Man, I'm laying in the back of the truck. Can't really get no sleep. And don't know what it's all about. Don't want to blame it on. Don't want to play the victim. You heard a chronicler just say, man, this guy want to be a victim. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Do I want to play a victim? Do I want to be a victim? But it's not a strange phenomenon that go on, man. I have to document it. I have to document it. Why do I document it? To be honest with you, I really, as I stated several times, it's never changed. I just want my kids and my loved ones, to pretty much see and understand what, their father has been through and go through, and maybe answer some unanswered questions. At the same time, don't really want to throw anybody under the bus, but it is some things that we can look at that if we ignore, it just basically just can't be it just can't be done. It just can't. It just wouldn't make sense without everything included. So that's kind of like the way we do it. Now, I can't sleep. Like I say, man. We're dealing with some strange phenomena going on. So it's you say to yourself, it's just so much low hanging fruit. Before I started going full throttle with the Chronicles, it was kind of high to make. It was kind of hard to make correlations between what I'm saying, between what's happening. Now, I mean, literally, since I put up some comparison videos, man, it just got like easy the next day. No, real easy to make these distinctions. So, and you say, man, what am I playing to? And now the focus starts to, I guess, somewhat shift. The main focus being I want my kids to have an understanding of what's going on, never changes. Kids, loved ones, everything. You know what I'm saying? But the focus changes. The focus appears to change to, well, the focus don't change, but it starts to lend itself to man, I am really chilling hard. I wish I can go to sleep. It's hard when I'm chilling, but yeah, so I totally lost that thought. But let's see. The focus shift from that to even more, conspiracy theory claims, and oddly enough, it's almost like a false security of feeling a little safer since you bring things to the light. You know what I mean? And so things become like way more conspiracy theory based. You know what I mean? If you've been following the Chronicles, you can see a lot of stuff that's been going on around me. It's been arranged, so it's kind of like a real live reality show, a real live Truman Show, if you will. And the real scary part about it is not knowing or understanding the end game. Like, what is it supposed to do? Is it, I mean, you can only hope that it's supposed to be helpful. You know what I mean? But, and I wish I had some reference points, man. You know, it's a lot of guys out here, man, that's, you know, real smart. We ain't got research teams that could, you know, do a real good job of teaching history. You know, I'm a teacher by nature, not so much a teacher by, you know, a classroom setting or, you know, just 100% factual. You know, I just like to tickle the senses, and which is something I always know. You know, and as you can tell in this particular climate, you know, this is a revolutionary act. And here it is, 2016. It's not a secret that you don't see very many people jumping out there. You know what I'm saying? So I know I'm not alone. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, so I can't be, you know, alone. But for some reason, you know, it's very, very, you know, it's not hard to tell, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not hard to tell. So, you know, and maybe I'm the foolish one, you know, trying to talk and trying to chronicleize, but like I say, man, you know, it's one of them odd things when you grew up your whole life always having to be right. You know what I'm saying? That never goes away. I mean, maybe with training or something like that, but at the time, you're like, hey, man, I can prove this stuff. I can prove what I'm saying. And it might not be the smartest thing in the world, you know. We don't know. I know right now I can't sleep, and I've told you, you know, I've been through some can't sleep issues in the past that, you know, I just can't chalk up to a bad night. You know, nature seemed to look like natural as it does today. You know, and, as I'm having a hard time sleeping, you know, the YouTube feeds are a little odd. You know, but anyway, you know, it's hard to show you there, man. I guess but in the future, we got some things to say. I guess I'm gonna go off into my little conspiracy theory rant, and yeah, I'm laying on my back, man. You know, nose kind of stopped up, so you know, fight with me. I mean, these chronicles, man, they ain't professional, you know, and I do it like that on purpose. I don't like putting, you know, pressure on myself. I know they horrible, you know, and I did want to get into a bit of the, you know, propagating news and, you know, just bring some attention to some attention to myself, revenue to myself. Like I told you, I've been, you know, trying to be entertainment. I've been trying to be some form of entertainer basically my whole life. So those things don't change, but it's like some things ain't for everybody, man. You know, I've been it's an uphill battle. So, you know, I fight the battle every day. But in the process, so sometimes, you know, I drop these chronicles and they weave together. You know what I mean? So you would think I'm just documenting and talking, which I kind of am. But the fact that I try to think of creative ways to, you know, do my little radio show and, you know, maybe add some blogs into it or whatever, you know, kind of weaves into the way I record these. And so it comes out to be a little bit of a practice. And trust me, I don't go back and listen to them. They that horrible but I believe the information is pertinent, you know what I'm saying, to the people that need to see, and future references, you know, just like I say, man, if the stuff happens to leak out for whatever reason, and make it, you know, kind of easy for people to follow, man, easy for people to listen to. So it kind of works hand in hand. But being that everything is arranged around me, you know, it's like everybody part of this little secret Illuminati club around me, you know. If you want to make some sense out of it, go check out this movie, The Brotherhood of the Bill. Check that out, man, and see how weird it is. The only difference is I'm flat ass broke. You know what I'm saying? I'm having a hard time just. I mean, you know, it is what it is, man. We all want security. I think that's the main human necessity, especially when you know it's available. You know, you see these things available out there, and that's really, you know, human nature. You know, the basic instinct is, man, find you a career, find you something to sustain yourself. You know what I'm saying, to the end of days, and try to find some normalcy, man. You know, normal love, normal relationships. You know, and if you can enhance that in any way possible, you would think that would be a natural goal. You would think that would be an understandable goal. You know what I mean? So I don't see any harm in that. But I looked at a few people's lives, and like I said, you know, some people might be able to explain it to you a little bit better in full detail than I can. But I look at a person like Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, and I look at their lives and I look at their wives, and that's a hard life, man, for a wife to have to accept, you know, their husband, you know, being in a game like that. And, you know, it probably would take a little bit of higher intelligence, you know what I'm saying, to be able to stomach that. I can't speak much on it. I have heard in the past that, you know, maybe they had some, you know, they was kind of like in on the, you know, the family might have been in on the, you know, the whole lifestyle or whatever. And when they got taken out the game, or when they was going through their turmoil, you know, the family could bear with them. At least the wives could, you know what I'm saying, for a more in-depth understanding. I heard Brother Dick Gregory tell a story one time, and I mean, it don't have anything to do with that, but it was something like to the effect of they accused him of sleeping with a woman that he met at a bar, you know what I'm saying? But the same woman that he met at the bar, he had met one day previous. And so basically, he had been seen with this woman on multiple occasions, and but he didn't even know who she was. And, you know, kind of like spoke of a setup or whatever. So, you know, like I say, man, when you think on terms like that, man, these situations ain't far-fetched, or, you know, the death of like a Sam Cooke, you know what I mean? And you look at the celebrity marriages, and, you know, stuff that done happened to a few celebrities in the past, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I don't know why I bring up Jay name so much in the Chronicles, but, you know, you got J and B, you got Ye and Kim, and you know, these things look kind of arranged. Who knows if they are or not, but the danger in it is, what I'm trying to say is, if something was to happen to either one of them, right, and it was an orchestrated event, the other would have to go with the story, and they're both well aware of what they are playing with. You know what I'm saying? And the lifestyle that they chose. So, something was to happen to be, Jay's story or be what Jay's story is supposed to be, vice versa. And, so I guess it's kind of like an oath, within an oath, within an oath. You know what I'm saying? So, I go see my friend today, man. And, my rider, man, we've been riding together for what, about, about 17 years, you know. Um, but, just starting to feel a little awkward, man. Starting to feel real awkward. And, you know, we never been a couple. So the cheating and stuff like that, that's like, those are very minor problems. Those never been issues, but, it's just starting to feel somewhat odd. And, I don't know, man. I'm wondering if just getting away is the answer. Just packing up, getting out the state, you know what I'm saying, for, a couple of months, maybe even a couple of years. I don't want to do that, but, who knows? Maybe just get out the city or something like that. So who knows, man. But, so there's been a few things on my mind. It's a week chronicle too, man. I wish I could have brought it to you a little bit better, but since I can't sleep, I decided I just hit the record button and try to go to sleep. So anyway, man, damn fool out.